Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is April 1st, and that means today is the day that I leave for Atlanta, so for nationals. Right now I'm still at home. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm packing my stuff right now and just kind of like setting it out to get ready. So I'm going to show you guys some of that. I just put it all on the couch out here. So, and right now I just have everything that I thought of maybe bringing. So it looks like a lot because I'm there like 4 days or something, but I have some of my meet day stuff here, like my singlet. I have like a resistance band to bring, like a lacrosse ball, my socks, my comp tee, and then my singlet. My singlet is like the all black A7. I wore that for my last meet and I did well at my last meet, so I'm hoping it's good again. And then I just have some of my chargers, and then I have all my clothes. So I have like t-shirts, workout shorts, leggings, tank tops, because it's gonna be like 70s and 80s there, which I'm so excited because today it's like, this week it's been cold, like 40s here. And I have like some other like t-shirts here, sweatpants, and like I brought like a cargo pant and then some jeans, my pajamas, and then like everything else. So I just had to do a little like work on my suitcase here too. Like I put some tape on it because it keeps getting stuck when I like pull the handle up, so I'm hoping that stays. Because I don't want to like get to the airport and like have it be like stuck when I'm trying to put it overhead or something. But yeah, otherwise I have my supplements sitting out over there. I do have to run to Target to get some plastic bags because I don't want to bring like all the bulky containers with me just because I have like limited space. Like I'm bringing like my carry-on and then just a backpack. And I'll put my purse in a backpack, but they get kind of strict with like personal items like that. But I'm just trying to make it like as concise as I can, I guess. And I'll probably have to like not bring as many of the clothes that I set out. It's just, those were just kind of what I saw at first. But doing that this morning, I do have to deadlift today. I squatted yesterday and benched, and then I have bench again tomorrow, and some like really light squats. So I don't know if I'll film that or not today. We'll see. Like I might bring my camera along, but it's literally just like 3 sets. So hopefully it feels good. Yesterday I just had like a long day at work, but now I'm like done with work for the week, which is so nice. This is really like the first time I've had like a vacation from work since I started working there. So it's been like 6 months or something. So that's like a long time for me because like I'm used to like having breaks with school and stuff. But I'm like super excited. I think I'm just like kind of stressed with like getting the packing stuff done, but oh, and then I have like all my bathroom stuff too. So here are my supplements I have set out so far. Like I have my protein, couple water bottles. I don't want to bring too many just because they take up a lot of space. Ibuprofen, pre-workout. I brought this protein bar, which will probably be good for the airport. I might get some more snacks if I go to Target too. More protein. I just need to condense because this one's like almost out. And then I have like some clear protein for my protein, just for like another option. Creatine, and I have to like, that's why I'm saying like I need to condense like the bagged things or like this. Like I'll bring my pre-workout and that's fine. But like I want to condense these into bags because then it's just a lot easier to pack. Same with creatine because it's not like I need a ton. And then I was going to pack some chia seeds too because I usually just have that in my oatmeal. So I'm not going to buy chia seeds out there. So I'll probably bring a little baggie. And then I have all my like toiletry stuff and like makeup set out here. I'm going to try to fit it all in this like little baggie for like the things that I can do with, I don't know, whatever it is with like the liquids and stuff. And yeah, fit everything else like in this bag. And then I have like, I just put my liquid chalk in here too. But I'm hoping it all fits. I want to bring all this stuff, so we'll see. I also made like a packing list last night because I knew I would like forget stuff otherwise. So when I start to actually like pack it up, I'm gonna like cross stuff off my list. So this is just like a general one that I made. Oh, and then I also like feel like I always kind of forget about it, but I always bring like a couple things of Tupperware because Airbnbs don't always have like good storage containers. So if you're making like beef or rice or something like that, it's always like good to have just like a couple of those. here in Atlanta. So it's almost like, yeah, it's like 11:30 here right now. Flight landed pretty early, like I think 7:30-ish, but I don't know, it might have been 8:30 this time. Anyway, the flight went really well. It was like really smooth and everything. And then I came with one of my friends. So we got off the flight. If you've been to the Atlanta airport, it's like really, I don't want to say confusing, but you have to ride this little like train thing to get out basically. So we got an Uber and we went and got groceries right away before coming here. And then, yeah, now we're at our Airbnb, which is okay. I don't know. The Uber driver said it's apparently not a great area. So we'll see. Like, this is my little room. Like, you can see the bed here, and then there's a TV, then the bed. I'm trying to upload a YouTube video. One of my prep series episodes has over 100 likes now, so I think that's really cool. Or 100 views, I mean. So I think that's really cool to see. So I'm hoping it starts to get a little bit more traction on there, but it's just kind of fun to make these. And I'm uploading episode 4 right now, which is like my last week of prep. And then this is obviously for episode 5, which will be just the Nationals vlog. So all my stuff there right now. And then there's a little mirror. And the bathroom is in there. So here's the bed. And then there's a little mirror. And then the bathroom. So this bathroom is pretty spacious, which is nice. And the shower's over here. So it's a pretty decent place. I'm here the first couple nights, and then I'm switching Airbnbs for the other couple nights because my friend Sophie is only staying until Thursday. So that's the plan. Tomorrow I think we're going to try to go to the aquarium here because I've heard it's really cool. I do have to get like one last lift in, just some like really light squats and then some bench. So it shouldn't be too crazy. The gym's here like kind of far from where we're at though because we're closer to the convention center, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's not like super expensive to get an Uber there. But yeah, I'm kind of tired. So I'm going to try to upload this video and then probably just go to bed, and then I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, I forgot to say, when I was like going through security, so I bring my pre-workout with me, and like I have my protein and stuff, but like I put all of that in baggies, so it's just like my protein or my pre-workout that I have like in an actual container kind of thing. And they usually always like stop me and like have to like take a sample or whatever, or not a sample, but they just like swipe the outside of it or something and then see if it flags or whatever. And it's usually always fine. And then today for some reason like it wasn't, and they're like, yeah, so it alerted for something, and apparently it was like for some explosive material. And they're like, yeah, we're just gonna have to like get somebody over here and give you a pat down and then like go through the rest of your bags. This is my backpack, so I had to take every single thing out of my backpack and like swab it down, and I had to get a full pat down. I was like, what is happening? I was like, this is just pre-workout. And I was like kind of scared. I was like, okay, is this serious? Like nobody really told me right away what it was for. They're just like, oh, it alerted, so we have to do this. And I'm like, okay. And then so like everything came out fine like in my bag, and then I got the pat down, and they had to swab the gloves or whatever that were used to pat me down, and they were fine. And then they had to bring this like chemist over or something, and so he was like, yeah, this is, and he was nice. He was like, this is like pretty common, like I usually have to do this like 30 times a day or something like that. Like he does it quite often. He's like, we just have to take a sample of it if that's okay with you. And I was like, that's fine. He's like, it'll take like 5 or 10 minutes. So they're doing that, and then he like waves me over, and he's like, so this isn't looking good. And I was like, okay, like what does that mean? I'm like, am I getting arrested or something? And he was like, it's basically like coming out positive for like what it was flagged for. And like, I mean, he could tell that like obviously I'm not trying to sneak anything in there, and like, and for some reason they asked me like, he's like, what color is it when you shake it up? And I'm like, pink, because it's like strawberry margarita. And they like took a sample of it with water, and they're like, yeah, it's pink. And basically he just told me that like I shouldn't, like in the future, because I told him I was like going here for like a powerlifting competition. He's like, yeah, in the future if you bring stuff like that, he's like, just put it in a checked bag, or just don't bring it because it's gonna flag every time and there might be issues with it again. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's crazy because like I usually get stopped, like I said, like when I bring stuff, but like it's never been like that where they've had to test it and I've had to get a pat down. It's usually like they check it and it's fine. So it was just crazy. So I guess if you guys have had any situations like that, let me know. Because I was like scared kind of. I was like, what's happening? And like it was like I was trying to like do something bad. I'm like, no, like this is literally just pre-workout. Like, but that was like crazy. And then yeah, it kind of just like threw me off the whole time, like when I was like there. And then like thankfully I got there early enough so it didn't make me like get there late or anything or like miss a flight, so it was fine. But that was just like crazy. Hey guys, it is Wednesday morning. I just got ready. Planned today, it's like 10 o'clock or something, 10:30. So I'm gonna eat and then I have to get my last lift in. The closest gym from here is like, our powerlifting gym is like 25 miles away, so it's like an expensive Uber, which is kind of annoying, but I have to go and get that done. And then we're gonna go to the aquarium, I think, and then do early equipment check-in and get all of our stuff ready for meet day, basically. So yeah, I'll bring you guys along with me. You like the aquarium?
Loved it. So beautiful.
Yeah, super
Oh, not a photo? Yeah, I loved it. So good.
Aquarium was really cool. What was
So
your favorite
cool.
part?
I'd say the whale shark.
Yeah,
Massive chompers.
that's what I like too.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And I like the sea turtles. And
Yeah.
sea otters. And the little fishies. And Dory. Okay.
yeah, all the stuff.
I liked everything.
Hey guys, so we're back from the aquarium and my lift. I was gonna take some like video when I was going to the gym, like outside and stuff, but the Uber driver I had was like super talkative. He was like super friendly and he was like telling me about all these things in his life. And my lift was really good. I was kind of nervous it was gonna be like really packed there, but it was like empty. Like there was like 3 other people there by the time I was like done. So I like got a rack right away and had like my last squats technically and then my last bench. I didn't film squats. Squats were like really easy. It was like tempo, like 3 reps of tempo basically at like 200 pounds. And then bench, I did film. I did like a 2 count single at 253 and then a couple back off sets with like 198. And bench felt really good today. So I'm like feeling really optimistic for Friday. I'm just like excited to compete and like, yeah, just see how everything feels on the day. It's always kind of exciting to taper and like start to like warm up and like feel the difference in how your body feels basically. So what we're doing now, I'm putting my stuff together for the equipment check-in. So it's like early equipment check tonight, like 5 to 6. It's like almost 5 o'clock right now. So we have to leave here pretty soon. So we can get there and like get our stuff checked and everything. Cause I'm assuming it's gonna be pretty packed. but I'll kind of show you what I have set out here. Kind of laid everything out on the floor just to make sure I had it, so you can see all my stuff. My singlet, deadlift socks, wrist straps, comp tee, shoes for all 3 lifts, knee sleeves, and then a belt. I think that's all I need to bring, but I'm just gonna double check and see. I'm excited to see the venue. I think, like, I actually competed there last year for CNATs, like collegiate nationals, so I've like been there before, but I'm excited to see like how it is. This is my first like actual Powerlifting America meet, so I'm excited to see like the differences between it and USAPL. And I don't know, I'm like, especially like day of, because like USAPL has like all like the dim lights, but then like the LEDs and like the music, and I think PA is just gonna be like pretty different, so we'll see what the difference is and how it feels, I guess. But yeah, I'm just excited for it, and it's getting so close. It's like end of day Wednesday still, so then tomorrow will be pretty chill. I still have to get some steps in for today. I only have like 5,000 so far, and it's like really hot here actually compared to obviously like where we are like in Minnesota. It's like in the 80s humidity right now, but it is really nice to be warm. So yeah, it's been a good day so far. So I got all checked in. Got my athlete badge, which it looks pretty cool. And then it came with like a lanyard, which is nice. Check-in like took a while. The lines were like pretty long and it was like kind of disorganized, but it's nice to get that out of the way and have this so that I'm like set for the week. And then it's about 8:30 right now. I ate dinner when we got back, and then now I'm probably just gonna hang out and chill. Tomorrow we do have to check out of this Airbnb, and I'm going to my second Airbnb with some other people. Go over there in the morning. I was considering going to watch tomorrow's, like the second session to watch Sophie, but I just kind of want to stay off my feet and like not really make extra trips, because sometimes I feel like being in like the meet setting, I get kind of like anxious, and it just makes me like more stressed before I compete. So I think I'll just chill at the Airbnb. Do I need to do like walk around, get steps in, like all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of the plan. But yeah, tonight I don't really have anything else planned. Maybe I'll put my stuff away in my suitcase because it's kind of messy right now. But other than that, yeah, just kind of hang out and relax, go to bed soon. Good morning, you guys. It's Thursday morning right now. It's a little past 9 o'clock. I just showered. I'm gonna do like my little makeup routine and then get my stuff packed, because then I have to get out of here kind of soon. I'm gonna eat breakfast here, like get all my stuff packed. I woke up at late this morning, which I feel like is good and bad. Like I might be a little bit too late almost. Like I can tell, well, I didn't feel like super light when I woke up, so I was like kind of nervous because I thought it would maybe be heavy. So I guess that's like good in a sense. I just don't want to be like too late for tomorrow where everything feels heavy. So, but I'm eating a good amount of food. Like yesterday I ate like 2,400 calories, so I'm not too worried about it. I think I just need to feel strong going into the day, and then obviously get a good recomp in once I weigh in. So it should be fine. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to watch some of the meet today on live stream, so that should be good. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, you guys, I just got to my new Airbnb after like a little issue. So I ordered the Uber and I like type in the address, whatever, and then they like bring me to wherever, and they're like going. I'm like, okay, and then I was like, this kind of looks like not a great area, and I knew like what the outside of the house looked like, and it was supposed to be like nicer, and I'm like, okay, this doesn't look right. They dropped me off at this random house, and I was like, oh my gosh, and like I didn't say anything to the lady, and I was like, okay. And then because I like felt bad because it's like it was the right address that I typed in, but like basically I had to add like a Southwest onto the end, and I didn't know that. So then I had to order another Uber, and like that brought me to the right place because then I typed it in right. But we're here now, and the lady at the house came out and she was like, did they bring you to the wrong place? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, do you want me to give you a ride? I was like, no, that's okay. I was like, another ride coming. But this is my room. It's like really nice. There's a TV, and then I have my own bathroom in here, so it's pretty cool. Nice shower. And there's like a game room area over here that has like a pool table and stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna get settled in now and then watch the live stream. It's like 12:10 right now, and lifting starts I think at 1:30, so we'll see. Hey guys, so it is nighttime now, Thursday. I didn't really show any of today because I was doing like nothing. I think the whole day I just kind of like watched the live stream and then hung out with Clay, one of the guys staying here. Got some steps in, and then everybody else came back tonight after second session. Then we would just watch prime time on the live stream. So it was like pretty chill, which is nice. I got around 7,200 steps, I want to say, which is pretty similar to yesterday. And then right now, I'm not going to bed quite yet, but I weighed like 63.9, which is like, I think pretty good. I think I weighed around that last night before I went to bed, but I did kind of forget to check. But yeah, I compete in the 63s tomorrow, so hoping weight will be good. I'm not really worried about it because I feel like it's been pretty good the last few days. But yeah, so I just have to get focused. I have most of my stuff packed already from doing like the check-ins and stuff, so I don't think I'm like missing anything there. I just have like obviously my food and water and other drinks or whatever to bring tomorrow that I need to remember. But besides that, I'm pretty much set, I think. So I guess thoughts going into it. I'm feeling good, like I'm feeling confident. I think I just need to execute and yeah, just have confidence in myself and it'll be there. Like I know I put in the work for it. I feel like most of the times throughout like my athletics career I've been kind of like more on like the humble side, but I don't know, it's not bad to say that you worked for it and you deserve it. Like I feel like I deserve this. Like I've worked really hard for it and put in the time and been consistent with everything. So I guess I'll say my goals. I don't think I've said that, but I really want to place third, and I won't know that until later because I'm competing session 2 and then prime time is after me. So I'll know after that's done. So it'll be kind of fun to just like have my work out of the way and then just watch it unfold, I guess. That would be my goal placement wise. I would like to get a 495 total, which would be like, and that's in kilos, like a 172.5 kilo squat, so a 380 pound squat, 122.5 bench, so a 270 pound bench, and then a 200 deadlift or 440, like in pounds. So we'll see. Like if I don't, I'm not like that. This is one thing that I've learned like over the years of like powerlifting, like not to be married to the numbers and just take what's there, because if you miss a whole lift, like it's going to take a lot more out of your total than it would like if you go down like 2.5. So it's just really important to take what's there on the day, and I trust my coach, obviously. He's like handled me like multiple times before, so it'll be kind of nice just to focus on myself and like do my thing and then like enjoy it too. This is my first Powerlifting America meet, so that'll be interesting. I'm hoping it's not like really dead in there. Like I hope there's like some music and people cheering, so we'll see. I think it'll help that it's like afternoon, not like 8 a.m. So I'm feeling good. I guess I don't have too much to say about it. I feel like when it's like bigger moments, I do tend to get more like on the quiet side because I just like have to focus and like visualize myself. And I don't like to use the term lock in anymore because I feel like it's really overused, but I guess like lock in a sense, just like stay focused, like stay in my lane. Try not to get overwhelmed by like the big moments, and then just do what I'm used to doing. Like it's not different than the gym. It's just people, like if anything, it's just like the referees that are different, like giving me the commands. But yeah, so I'm excited. Like I feel like this is gonna be really good. I feel like this is kind of like, even though I've been powerlifting for like going on 4 years, like I feel like I'm really starting it now. Like once I dealt with my back injury last year, like I feel like I've just been like a lot more fresh since then and like motivated, and obviously like discipline comes along with that, but I don't know, I just feel like this is what I've been working for and this is kind of like the start of it all. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited though. I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Good morning, you guys. It's meet day. I just went for a little walk. I weighed myself this morning and I was weighing 62.8. So I had a little bagel and then I'm gonna sip on some water before weigh-ins. It's a little bit past 9, I think, right now. Weigh-ins are 11:30, so I'm just gonna rinse off right now and like get ready, get my stuff together, and go from there. Hey guys, so I'm at the convention center now. I'm just on down like a random hallway because it's like really loud in the main areas. I just weighed in, I made weight, I was 62.82 I believe, so it worked out good. I had to spit a little bit when I came in here just because when I left the house I was like 63.2, so a little bit close, but I'm glad that's out of the way. Yeah, it's like 12:30 right now, so lifting starts in an hour, but probably will be more like an hour and a half for me since I'm like the second flight, which is kind of nice. It gives me time to eat and like walk around a little bit. I still have to change into my singlet too, so we'll see what happens.
Successful on one, we move up to 341, platform 1 for Hannah Peterson. On 3, Kelsey Trapp will be up next. Next on 2, 551 is the weight. £385. That is a no lift. Let's give it up for the S. Good lift for Luna Bruno. We move on to Kelsey Trapp at 148. Hannah Peterson is 6. Good lift for Cena Gardner on 3. Deza Ariela Garcia will be next, 220 pounds. That is a good lift on 1.
Let's go, Hannah.
Good lift for Hannah. Next up, Eric Kwok, platform 2. Luna Bruno is good on 3. Andrea Pilatus will follow at 385. There's a no lift for Summer. Next up on 3, Regina Boyd, same weight, 385. Vincent Victorero is the lifter on 2. That is a good lift for Hannah Peterson, who went 8 for 9.
Hey guys, so I'm back from Atlanta. It's actually like a few days since I've been back. It's actually Tuesday right now, so it's like the 8th, I believe, of April. I competed on the 4th, came back the day after, so the 5th. Once I competed, I didn't really film too much. I was like thinking about filming some prime time afterwards, but it was like pretty packed there, and like, I don't know. I would just say, like, if you want to watch prime time, just go and watch it on YouTube. It was actually like a really good battle with the 63s and the 69s and the 83s for the men's side, so I definitely recommend going to watch that. But yeah, so I competed, and then after that we went back to the Airbnb quick so we could like change and like get ready to come back to the venue because then prime time was going pretty much right away. So but yeah, so I thought I'd give like my little rundown of like how everything went, like how I feel about it. I thought it would be interesting too to kind of compare like PA to USAPL, since this was technically like my first real like PA meet, and especially like at the national level, because I've done nationals for USAPL like 2 or 3 times now, not including collegiate, like if we're just talking open. So I guess let's start out with my overall thoughts on the meet. It was super fun. I definitely recommend doing a national meet if you're able to. And with PA, no, like right now, like you don't need like a certain qualifying total. You just need like any total for a PA meet. And that was like where my case came in, where like I didn't do prime time because I just had the 75 total basically that you need to get in. But yeah, I really enjoyed the experience. I actually had been to that convention center last year for collegiate nationals, so I was like familiar with the area, which was like kind of nice. It's always fun when they're like in a bigger city too, because then you can like go out and do other things. Like I went to the aquarium with my friends like a couple days before I competed, so that was really cool. So it's always kind of fun to just do some things like around the town and stuff. But yeah, so I really enjoyed it, I guess, in the sense of like comparing it to USAPL. Like we did split the venue with USA weightlifting. So like when you went into like the main area, it was like half powerlifting and half weightlifting. So that was interesting. It was like different than what I'm used to, I guess. Like USAPL usually has like 1,000+ lifters, I think, at nationals, and it definitely wasn't the case with PA, which I don't like mind, I guess. The only bad thing was like for the people competing like morning and afternoon sessions, like I did the afternoon session, it was like pretty dead in the crowd. So that was like the negative of that, just because I don't know, like there's not as many people competing, like not as many people coming out to watch. Like primetime was really fired up, so that was really like exciting to watch. So that was cool to just see everybody come out for that, because there was like really big battles obviously. But I would say like during my session it was like a little dead from the crowd, which I mean, I get it because there's not as many people out there. And then I would say in terms of like the judging, honestly, compared to USAPL, I feel like I liked it more, if I had to like say one way or the other, just because I feel like it was more consistent. A few times in the USAPL meets, it really just depends, like for bench, like on the ref you get for like the commands. But I feel like overall, like the press commands were like really fair, like across the board. The only thing I guess like that I noticed, and it wasn't like for my session or prime time, but like some of the day sessions that I watched, like they were maybe being a little lenient on like the depth for squats. But I really didn't see anything called too much for like bench depth, which I feel like is nice because it's so hard to tell, and like I just don't really like the rule in general, honestly. But I feel like they're being consistent with it, and that's like what you want out of it. Like you just don't want it to be like skewed one way or the other. So I feel like I liked it more in that sense. And then I guess I'll go into like how I feel about my performance on the day. So this is the first meet I had to cut for, so I feel like that felt a little different. I did spit a little bit before I weighed in. I weighed in like 62.8, so like pretty decent there. I did feel like on the day it wasn't like my best strength. I guess I'll talk about each lift. So I went like 2 for 3 on squats, and that was pretty disappointing. I feel like leading into squats, like obviously once you weigh in, you like recomp, so like you drink lots of fluids, like you eat a meal, like all that kind of stuff. Like try to eat as much as you can, basically, like to an extent. But basically like when I was warming up for a squat, like I ended up like really having to go to the bathroom, and I was talking to Dylan, who was like helping out in the warm-up room, and I was like, do I have time to go? And he was like, probably not. So I like had to wait until after my first attempt. And then I was just kind of nervous about that because I basically had to like run to the bathroom and back, because like there was no super close bathroom to the warm-up room. Like we had to go through like the whole like crowd area, like back to the front of the venue basically. So that kind of sucked. But did my second squat, that felt good. Like it was fast. It was probably one of the fastest I've moved, 363. So my coach Carrie, he was like, I'm just gonna let you take it, like 380. So like 380 was like my top single that I hit like in training during my prep. And honestly, like I feel like when I do squats, it's almost like just like a blur, because it's like the first lift of the meet. Like you're anxious. I feel like my anxiety kind of took over basically. Like I've never really been that anxious for squats before. I feel like I am at the beginning, but once I get my opener out of the way, I kind of settle in. And I guess I just didn't really feel that way after I hit my opener. Like I almost felt like rushed in a sense, but not even that. It was just kind of like my mental. So it really was like on me because I know I had the strength for that lift. It was like weird like watching the video back because I never usually fail a lift at that point. Like it's usually like right out of the hole, and I actually like got out of the hole a little bit, but then I kind of like pitched forward slightly. And honestly, like when I like hit the hole, like I had just like a split second of doubt in myself, which I feel like I've really been working on like my confidence and just like positive self-talk during my training sessions. And I don't know, I just let it get the best of me on the day basically, so that's on me. So I was disappointed with that, and I guess that's like my biggest disappointment on the meet, because obviously you don't want to miss any lifts because that's just leaving kilos on the table. But overall I can't be like too mad about it. Technically I still like matched my meet PR for squat, which is good. Obviously you want to add kilos to it if you can, but I also was like a weight class lower, so it's fine. Like it just gives me a little bit more motivation to like get better with squats and be more consistent. And then with bench really showed up on the day. I was like actually really happy about bench. Using like the Eleiko pad or like the Sky pad was like super nice. Like if you've never benched on one, it's like the best in my opinion for like the bench pads. And I benched 270 or 122.5 kilos. So that was really good. I did get called for depth on my first two lifts from the head judge, but then the side refs like gave me whites. So it was fine because I got 2 whites, so that's a good lift. Yeah, not too much to say about it, honestly. Like I feel like it just really showed up and I felt consistent. I feel like the last 2 weeks of prep, like my bench really started to click again, which is good because like we did initially try sinking, then we went back to my soft touch, which I'm more used to, just to like hit depth that way. And yeah, I feel like now I can actually start making some big improvements on bench, so I'm excited for that. And then lastly, deadlifts. So deadlifts went well overall. So like my best in the gym that I've hit is 430. Top end that we would maybe shoot for would be like 440. But just, it's always like hard to gauge where you're at like meet day, just like with having like squat and bench beforehand, obviously, and then the cut too. So basically I did like a 391 opener and that moved really well. Like it felt fast, but then my second attempt was 413. And it just felt a little heavy off the floor. So Carrie made the right choice of just doing 424 for my last lift. And I hit that. And I do feel like that was like a good call for the day, because after missing like a squad, like I was like, I just need to go like 6 for 6 the rest of this day. Like you just don't want to leave anything out there. And I feel like I took everything I could after that point. And I was really initially disappointed with myself with squats, just for missing that last one. But I do feel like I bounced back pretty well, because I've had it before where kind of, whether it's like a bench or a squat, like I let it really get me down. But I feel like I was able to like talk with Carrie and we talked about some things with it, and I was able to come out of that pretty quick, so that was nice. But yeah, so overall, like I ended up doing, like my total was like 480 kilos, and that's a meet PR by like 7.5 kilos, which basically all came from my deadlift, because squat and bench were both matched my meet PRs prior. So I never want to take any PRs for granted, even if it's just like a meet PR, because I just know how it feels to like have a bad day. Like last year actually at Atlanta for CNEDs, I had like my worst meet. So I feel like this was like a good comeback. And it was also different because I feel like last year when I did nationals for USAPL, like I didn't even know like a month or 2 out if I was going to do it because of like my back injury. And basically the final block of that prep, like everything came together perfectly. So that meet was just different. Like I feel like I had nothing to lose. Not that I had anything to lose at this meet, but I feel like it was actually like finally a good meet prep. And so I like had a lot of expectations on myself, and I put pressure on myself, and it was maybe just too much. Like I was in my head too much about that, and instead of just like lifting. So then basically at that point, like I was the best lifter of like the afternoon session, and then obviously like the better lifters are like in prime time. So that was like highly anticipated, and I was like on the edge of my seat the whole time for the totals. And the 63s are just a really strong class, and I would say there's not even like all the 63s that are like up there that were competing this year, so it's gonna be really competitive. But I do feel like this weight class suits me a lot better, just like where I naturally sit weight wise. But yeah, so basically what ended up happening, like Meg Scanlon got first, which wasn't a surprise, and then Angelina Martinez got second, and then basically it was like the like three of us that were going up for third. So it was like me, Abigail, and then Sydney. And Abigail and Sydney both weighed lighter than me. So if you're not familiar with powerlifting, in the case of a tie, the person that weighs the lightest like gets a higher placing. So basically what ended up happening is we all totaled a 480. I ended up getting fifth just based on body weight with that, which I was like pretty disappointed about originally because I really wanted to get third. I feel like it was in me to get third, but it was still a really good performance. Like I don't feel bad about my performance. I'm proud of myself and for what I put out there on the day. So it's just something to build on, and I feel like it really motivates me a lot more now. Because I didn't know exactly like what meet I was going to do next, but now I know, and today it was confirmed that I was selected for prime time for Rising Tide, which is a meet that's happening actually here in Minnesota in August. So I accepted that today, and I'm super excited because I've never actually been in a primetime session before, and I feel like this meet kind of prepared me for that in a sense. Even though I wasn't in primetime, I feel like now, like, just kind of like feeling that pressure and like knowing I can be at the top, like I'm just ready for that, and I feel like I have a lot more to show and a lot more like potential, if you want to say. I don't know, but yeah, I'm just like super motivated. Like I'm back on program this week. We're doing like a shorter like 4-week block that's not anything crazy, but just like getting back into things. But yeah, so I'm really excited for that, and I know I have a lot of goals that I want to achieve like this year going into next year and like next year's nationals. So I'm gonna give it my all and like really focus and put a lot of my energy towards this, and like all my energy. But yeah, so that's my overall thought on like how the day went, the week. It was a super fun experience. It's hard for me to say like if I liked the overall experience like better than like USAPL, because it's hard to like rate it that way. I feel like it really depends on like who I'm out there with, obviously like how my performance is, but it was like super fun. I was like really wanting to stay till Sunday, but I don't know, it's too expensive to change my flight at that point, so I went back on Saturday. But yeah, I had like a super fun time, and I never want to take anything for granted for competing, so I'm gonna close this vlog out here, but maybe I'll do a prep series now for August because that's coming up soon. But make sure you guys like and subscribe, leave a comment if you want, but thank you for watching.